Twitter has applied a temporary limit to the number of tweets users can read in a day, owner Elon Musk has said. In a tweet of his own, Mr. Musk said unverified accounts are now limited to reading 1,000 posts a day. For new unverified accounts, the number is 500. Meanwhile, accounts with verified status are currently limited to 10,000 posts a day. The tech billionaire initially set stricter limits, but he changed these within hours of announcing the move. Mr. Musk said the temporary limits were to address extreme levels of data scraping and system manipulation. He did not explain what was meant by system manipulation in this context. We were getting data pillaged so much that it was degrading service for normal users, Mr. Musk explained on Friday, after users were presented with screens asking them to log in to view Twitter content. The move was described as a temporary emergency measure. It is not totally clear what Mr. Musk is referring to by data scraping, but it appears he means the scraping of large amounts of data used by artificial intelligence that train large language models, which power chatbots such as OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's Bard. In simple terms, data scraping is the pulling of information from the internet. Large language models need to learn from masses of real human conversations, but the quality is vital to the success of a chatbot. Reddit and Twitter's huge trove of billions of posts are thought to be hugely important training data and used by AI companies, but platforms like Twitter and Reddit want to be paid for this data. In April, Reddit's chief executive Steve Huffman told the New York Times that he was unhappy with what AI companies were doing. The Reddit corpus of data is really valuable, he said, but we don't need to give all of that value to some of the largest companies in the world for free. Twitter has already started charging users to access its application programming interface AP, which is often used by third-party apps and researchers, which can include AI companies. There are other potential reasons. Mr. Musk has been pushing people towards Twitter Blue, its paid subscription service. It's possible he is looking at a model where users will have to pay to get a full Twitter service and access to unlimited posts, signaled by a blue tick. Verified. Status was given for free by Twitter to high-profile accounts before Mr. Musk took over as its boss. Now, most users have to pay a subscription fee from $8 to $30 per month to be verified and can gain the status regardless of their profile, according to the website Down Detector, which tracks online outages. A peak of 5,126 people reported problems accessing the platform in the UK at 1612 BS on Saturday. In the US, roughly 7,461 people reported glitches around the same time. Initially, Mr. Musk announced reading limits of 6,000 posts per day for verified accounts, 600 for unverified accounts, and 300 for new unverified accounts. In another update, Mr. Musk said several hundred organizations, maybe more, were scraping Twitter data extremely aggressively. He later indicated there had been a burden on his website, saying it was rather galling to have to bring large numbers of servers online on an emergency basis. A server is a powerful computer that manages and stores files, providing services such as web pages for users. Adam Leon Smith from BCS, the UK's professional body for it, said the move was very odd as limiting users' scroll time would affect the company's advertising revenue. Mr. Musk bought the company last year for $44, Benelux 35 banned after much back and forth. He was critical of Twitter's previous management and said he did not want the platform to become an echo chamber. Soon after taking over, he cut the workforce from just under 8,000 staff to about 1,500. In an interview with the BBC, he said that cutting the workforce had not been easy. Engineers were included in the layoffs, and their exit raised concerns about the platform's stability. 2 people are dead and 28 people were injured in a mass shooting at a Baltimore block party, officials said. 9 people were transported to area hospitals and 3 of the injured are in critical condition. Police received multiple calls after 12:30 a.m. and arrived to find 1 woman dead and another 9 people suffering from gunshot wounds, according to Baltimore Police Acting Commissioner Richard Worley. The suspects remain at large and there is no motive at this time, but investigators are working an extensive crime scene, Worley said. Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott described the incident as a reckless, cowardly act that happened here and that has permanently altered many lives and cost 2 people their lives. Mayor Scott and police officials urged anyone with information to come forward and help find those responsible for the tragedy. Scott's message to the perpetrator was simply, "We will not stop until we find you." And we will find you. Until then, I hope with every single breath that you take, that you think about the lives that you took, and you think about the lives that you impacted here tonight, he added. Thus, Customs and Border Protection officers in California say they stopped the attempted smuggling of fentanyl pills with an estimated street value of more than $2.05 million. The bust happened at the cargo facility at the Otay Mesa border crossing in San Diego after authorities noticed anomalies within a shipment of sinks, CBP said in a news release Thursday. A 45-year-old man who was driving a white cargo van presented border officials with a valid border crossing card on June 26th, along with a shipping manifest for 2 porcelain sinks, CBP said in the release. While screening the vehicle using a port imaging system, CBP officers discovered anomalies within the shipment, the release says. Authorities inspected the shipment with a canine detection team and found about 858,000 blue pills were hidden in the 2 sinks, CBP said. The 12 packages weighing about 189 pounds tested positive for fentanyl. Authorities said officers seized the synthetic opioids and the cargo van. The driver was transferred to the custody of Homeland Security Investigations. The agency did not provide further information about the suspect. Narcotics traffickers will try new and innovative ways to smuggle dangerous drugs across our borders, but CBP officers are always on their toes. Rosa Hernandez, port director for the Otay Mesa port of entry, said in the release, "Us border protection officers have seized over 19,800 pounds of fentanyl so far in 2023. CBP data shows Atlanta police say incendiary devices were found after an overnight fire that burned several motorcycles at the department's training academy early Saturday morning. Emergency crews responded to a fire on a parking deck at the Atlanta Police Training Academy around 2 a.m. at TAT and found several motorcycles on fire, Atlanta Police Department Sergeant John Chafee told CNN. Firefighters were able to extinguish the flames, and after doing so, they discovered incendiary devices, Chafee said in an email. Police didn't provide details on the type of incendiary devices discovered or the extent of the damage to the motorcycles. It's unclear what motivated the incidents. Yanez reached out to the department for more details. About an hour before the fire, Atlanta police were called to the department's Path Force unit, where officers found 3 police vehicles with broken windows, according to a statement from Atlanta police spokesperson Chada Spikes. The AP Path Force unit is assigned to maintain the safety of the nearby paved walking and biking trail known as the Beltline. According to the trail's official website, both early Saturday incidents are under investigation, and it's unclear whether police believe they are related. The authorities have not provided information on suspects in either incident. Georgia Gov. Brian Kemp called the incidents attacks on public safety resources. These attacks on public safety resources are outrageous and completely inexcusable. This planned destruction of property and attempted use of explosive devices put both lives and community assets in danger.